Recently, I've been seeing a lot of these productivity tools and templates going viral on social media.
How to build a productivity system and
effortless productivity system.
my go-to productivity app.
一套用 Notion 搭建的人生管理系统。
Like life planning, productivity hacking, OKR management for your life. And based on the amount of likes and comments, people like these stuff. I used to be one of them. Like I used to be collecting lots of these templates and tools and even spending money on some of them and thinking, all right, this time I'm gonna get my shit together. But then I noticed something was off because I barely act on them. I also realized that they kind of took away my drive to execute. And all those time I spent on planning and organizing on those good-looking templates already gave me enough dopamine and satisfaction, making me feel like I've been making progress. I just got kind of addicted and fixated on just the planning. Essentially, I was using these templates and systems to fight against my feeling of lost. I was like, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what the hell am I supposed to do. Maybe this new template, this new system this time is able to save me. But truthfully, my bottleneck has never been planning. It's always been execution. And most of these systems requires a high level of discipline where I need to suppress and hold back my desires and urges. And the truth is, the more I try to control them in the moment, the more they come back later in a more messed up way. You know, things like procrastination, burnouts, or something worse. So how do you actually move things forward in your life? Well, having a system isn't bad, but the problem is when you're spending more time perfecting the system than actually using it. Unfortunately, I think a lot of these templates were designed in this way, like making people think that they're not executing because their plan is not perfect yet. And what we should do instead is actually training ourselves to enjoy something just for its own sake, because we only love things that are not mandatory. I used to hate public speaking and presentations a lot. I only started this whole thing later in my career and got more committed as I started making content and want to get better on camera. It's like 5 years ago, I would never imagine myself practicing this for a few hours consistently on how I carry and present myself, things like public speaking, storytelling, etc., without having to force myself, because it's actually something I enjoy doing right now and I find some fun. And when this happens, I feel like my initial goal and purpose doesn't really matter anymore. It's like, I am enjoying myself, I'm having a good time. What initially got me into it doesn't really matter. Like, I don't really care. You're ditching all those purpose, rewards, outcomes, and all those external motives. You just enjoy doing something. It's like you're doing something completely for yourself. And also from my personal experience, whenever I was learning or improving anything, in the moment, I never felt like I was improving or making any progress. It's like, I don't feel anything at all when I was doing it. But then after some time, when I look back, I'm like, damn, that's a long way I've been through. I didn't even notice that. I'm not even the same person as who I was a year ago or even 6 months ago. And obviously sometimes all those time and effort I put in goes nowhere, but I still do it for the experience and how it feels, because it's just all part of living, and growth comes from all those moments and experience, never from the outcome. So progress is never that much about being organized and planning. It's really a lot about how deep and consistent you can get into something. And people think they cannot do this because of their lack of patience, but it's actually about their inner drive and how much you can commit to this one thing in the moment, like one very small goal. In other words, how much you can live in the moment instead of just jumping straight to an outcome. Think of a kid doing a puzzle. If this kid is only focused on this grand vision and plan to finish this whole puzzle, he'll probably never get it done. Like, he'll probably get frustrated middle way through and just quit. But then if this kid is able to focus on every single tiny little step, be like, hey, how do I fit this piece with that one? Or maybe like, oh, this one doesn't really fit. Let me just try another one. He's actually gonna get it done. And that's the end of this video. Hope you like it. And thank you for watching this far. If you like this video, please drop a like and subscribe. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next. Now, for a special announcement, so I have gotten so much requests and questions from people living across different countries about their own personal English communication problems and also how to improve. And whether that's for school or work, you know, some work meetings, presentations, or even just some general social situations, I actually realized oftentimes this was not because of their English level. It's more about a shared cultural background reason for people that was born and raised in Asia, as well as some speaking habits that they've been attached to for the past probably over 10 years of their life, making it really hard for them to fit into the Western culture and environment. As someone that was born and raised in China and learned my English initially in China, I was actually in the same situation as you do. I've been through the exact same thing. So what I'm gonna launch in the next couple months is a community-based coaching program where you can get direct support from myself, aiming to help people living in English-speaking countries to speak more confident, clear, and more charismatic. And this program will probably be in a mix of Mandarin and English. Even though right now this is still in development phase and I'm still gathering feedback, I'll be really happy to have a chat if you're interested and put you on the wait list. So send me a DM, and you can also find my contacts in my bio. I'll see you on the other side.